What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate reverse rants, no hate. Now, I want to talk about Dubois versus Usyk, and I want to bring up some things, and I want to make this emphatically clear what I'm saying, and get right to the point. Starting with one, this decision will not be overturned. The same way that they want to protest it and say that it was not a low blow, I agree with them. But Usyk and his team, they're defending themselves, and Usyk's manager is actually making things up. Okay, he's saying like Dubois was throwing punches low on purpose. Daniel Dubois and his team, that's what they did. They came in there, and people even making excuses. Oh, Dubois said himself that he'd do anything to win, and including throwing low blows. He hit him low on purpose and all of this stuff. Now, I don't want to show this simply because of this copyright nonsense. Because you do it, then then they catch it, and it's like whatever, your video get flagged or whatever. Okay, let me reiterate what Team Usyk said. They said in the dressing room that the referee said they showed them right here is where the trunks go. Right here meaning belly button, okay? And that anything below the belly button is low. Right? Now, when you hear that term low, a low blow, you always hear the referee say that before fights. They'll still, not only that, they will actually, okay, your trunks are a little high, your trunks are good, like you hear this. Okay? Now hold up. They said that that's what the referee told them. Okay. What did the referee tell them any different than they always say? Like what was so different, right? Okay. Don Charles, Frank Warren, same thing. Dubois. I'm going to show you and bring out where this stuff gets messy. Okay. And then I'm going to talk about what I'm looking at right now. Where this gets messy is this. When, in defense of the referee, whether it's the referee saying it, whether it's sanctioning bodies saying it, or any other boxing personalities, they may, give their take on it. They always say it's due to, the judges, the decisions are made due to the referee's discretion. Okay, decisions like that. So where it gets messy is this. We've seen those punches landed. I've hit people with those shots. You understand? And listen, fights have ended with those same exact shots. And it's a body shot. But if the referee decides that he wants to call something low that wasn't low, okay? Let's say if let's say the referee's not trying to be dirty. That referee just particularly thinks, okay, that was low. It could have been a different referee. Same exact punch. Usyk would have been counted out. Same referee, okay, where he's saying the trunks was supposed to be and whatever, right? They have to be here. So said belly button, right? Now check this out. Same referee could have decided, no, that wasn't low. Usyk couldn't get up. He couldn't get up. If the referee would have started counting, it doesn't matter. He could have had it, listen, his trunks could have been pulled to his nipples, okay? The body shot sent him down. I'm looking at this punch, man. That punch was not low. People, it's borderline. It's just, no. Part of his glove is even over. Okay? If my fingers are the belt, part of his glove was even over the belt line. You can't see it from if you look at it from Dubois' right side and Usyk's left. You can see it's on the belt line. But Usyk's elbow was like over like part of the glove, like it's covering when you can't see from the camera angle, can't pick it up. Now, if you look from Dubois' left side and Usyk's right, that angle you can see it's right on the belt line, and that part of his glove is even over. Okay, and you got to understand the punches. You understand what I mean? So just from the drawback of like, the point of contact, you can see the difference. That was not a low blow. Okay, 2. Salute to Jared Anderson, Rudenko, coming out doing what they had to do. Jared Anderson, from round 1, I think the fight ended in the 5th, or whatever round it ended in, Jared punished his body all night long. Beat him up, but was punishing his body. Jared hit him on his right side, left side, up the middle. Jared Anderson was landing those same type of punches Dubois landed. Why weren't they considered low? So you can't change the rules of what's low and what's not. It's either it is or it isn't. Okay, that would be like my forehead is right here. Now imagine me saying I got punched in my forehead and my nose broke. Oh, you mean he punched you in your forehead and your nose? No, he punched me in my forehead and my nose broke. Okay, so if my forehead is Usyk's waist and my nose, okay, how in the hell do you get punched in the nuts by getting hit on the waistline? And I'm looking at this. Okay, I'm going to point out some things that people are overlooking. And let me say this first. First off, one thing people are not paying attention to. If the referee told him that the waistline, okay, that your belly button, anything below the belly button is low, you couldn't see Usyk's waistline, his belly button. Even when he was on the floor, look, you can't not see his belly button. In fact, his shorts, his waistline, part of it is on the bricks, your 6-pack. Okay? Part of it is on his actual abdomen. So you can't even see his belly button. So basically, when you look at that punch, and like Usyk even he was trying to prove a point, but he proved the point against himself at the post conference when he stood up and pulled up his shirt and was showing like the referee said the belly button, right? Okay, and he say his trunks was pulled up there. No, look at where your waistline is. His regular day-to-day shorts or whatever was on his waistline. Your belly button is not on your waistline. It's above it. Okay? So his trunks was pulled up past his waist, his belly button, because you could not see his belly button. And I was paying attention to that. And I'm looking to see, okay. Because, see, you've seen fighters, like I said, they tell you, hey, your trunks are a little high. They're high if you get hit there. Right? They don't say pull them down. They'll just tell you, your trunks are high. So if you get hit there, it's legal. So based on what they said, Team Usyk said that the referee said, then yeah, they don't understand that they're admitting that, for one, if your trunks are pulled up to your nipples, your abs don't move, your belly button don't move, okay? What people are doing is, well, how do we know where the punch landed? You're not stupid, okay? You know damn well where your abdomens are and where your gut is. And we've heard so many times, gut shot. That's the term we use in the gym, gut shot, quote unquote, a gut shot. Since when has the gut been illegal? Okay? There's no way that you can hit someone in their gut or their abs and it's low. Oh, but the waistline of his trunk, that has nothing to do with where the punch landed. You understand what I'm saying? So to say that, well, okay, well, if we're going to determine it based on the waistline of his waistline of his shorts was above his belly button. So again, then it's not an illegal shot. Okay. Now, this isn't about a debate. I'm going to say what I'm going to say, and people feel like it was low. That's, hey, you can say what you want to say. But I know damn well that wasn't a low blow. That was not a low blow. By no means. Now, I can remember watching Floyd Mayweather fight Zab Judah. Zab Judah hit Floyd in the balls, bro. And you watch that replay over and over, you see, yeah, that was no waistline, there was no gut. No, he hit him low. That was a low blow. What's the definition of a low blow, right? What's his name? Clemus or whatever. He's Clemus or whatever his name is. Usyk's manager. What was he saying? What's the definition? What is low and what is not low, right? What if it's legal and illegal blow? Okay, you're claiming that illegal blow was landed, and what you're claiming is not what happened, because your guy said I was hit in the balls, and you can see Daniel Dubois' gloves is not, that punch did not land in his groin, bro. That is an absolute lie. Now, as much as we like Usyk as a fighter, like Dubois as a fighter, this has nothing to do with who you like as a fighter. This is about right and wrong. This is about the truth. Okay? Usyk is lying. Okay? He got rocked. He didn't see the shot coming. He went down. You know when you got hit in your balls, man. All right? Let's not be stupid. 2, have you ever seen somebody get hit in their damn nuts and just fall? Instinctively, the first thing you do is you grab that shit. Okay? You don't just fall. If you look at him, he got winded. He got the wind knocked out of him. Okay, when you get hit low, you're rolling around. You don't just fall and lay there and then just sit back like, no, he got hit to the body and it hurt him. Look, people bringing up how, which is true though, they're bringing up how he got, dropped with the body shot by Better Biev back in the day. Okay, Anthony Joshua hurt him to the body. Look, all of that is said to make this point that they know Dubois eventually was going to try to go to the body on him, and that's what he was doing. Whatever a fighter does, and it's effective for them, that's what your team is trying to take away. Even if you have a fighter that gets shots off, then hold. Get a shot off, hold. What happens? Your trainer, your team is telling you, hey, in the dressing room, anything you got concerned about, yeah, man, watch out for that excessive holding. Watch out for the holding, right? And here's the thing. They'll say, due to the referee's discretion, some referees may let it go longer than others, right? Here's what I'm saying. If something is illegal, it should not be allowed by anyone. It should be, no, you can't do that. It cannot be this referee is more lenient than the other. That's where the controversy comes from and where all the confusion. If Jared Anderson can hit this guy with as many body shots, he was hitting him on the waist, like his shots was even actually a little lower than, so you can see like, nah, that's even lower. And that's not considered a low blow. You don't hear his opponent, nobody in his corner saying, hey man, he's hitting him low, right? You don't even hear that. Then you got to also understand, there was no warning. The only thing, I remember even in the first round, he threw a body, like a jab to the body, and the referee just signaled like keep him up. If the referee himself is paying attention, you cannot see Usyk's belly button. That means that his trunks is up higher than they should be. That's the whole point. If his trunks is below his belly button, right, and you can see his belly button, then that means they're closer down to his waist. So now if he punches under the belly button, well, the lower the belt is, and he punches under that, well, that's bordering low. All right, that's going low. So if he punches over that in the same spot, this is my point. What's the difference? If the trunks is here or here, but he's hitting in the same spot, which is not a low blow. So you're basing a low blow based on how high somebody put their trunks up, when yet you tell a fighter at the beginning of a fight, your trunks are high, your trunks are a little high. That's it. That's fine. Simple. And the fighter tries to discourage you from throwing body shots. And if you notice, every single time Usyk, after that knockdown, every time Dubois would go to the body, what is Usyk doing? Stopping to complain to the referee. He's playing the referee, yeah. What he did, now, you can call it some sucker shit, because it really is. He's pretending that he got hit low. He utilized that time. And the referee, even when Usyk was saying he was ready, the referee was still giving him time. It's like, nah, even though you're ready, he just continued to give him time. He even telling you, you got another minute, take your other minute. He's telling him. The referee is not supposed to do that. The referee tell you, he's like, okay, you got 5 minutes if you want to recoup from the low blow. Got 5 minutes. Only thing the referee may do is, okay, down to 1 minute. Just to let them know that, you know, they don't even have to do that. When it's time, it's time. Only thing is, do you want to continue? Because if not, after those 5 minutes, then they got to wave it off. Okay, if you can't continue after the 5 minutes. He took 5 minutes. Or however, okay, he took his time, and the ref is telling him. Usyk, you even hear the commentator say, Usyk already signaled that he's ready to go. Okay, and the referee is telling Usyk, take your time. You understand? He's telling him to take your time. Only time you may hear a referee say that to a fighter is if the fighter's trying to explain to them, like, you know, hey man, I'm trying to continue, but they know, oh no, okay, you still got time. You're within your 5 minutes, so you're okay. That's something like that. He clearly just allowed Usyk to take the 5 minutes, and Usyk was ready to go. Now, that being said, for his manager to say that they're cheated, like when you deliberately, repeatedly hit someone low, and okay, then you should have been protesting to the ref. Ref, he's hitting them low. You're not doing anything about it. Did you see their team doing that? No. But you kept seeing Usyk constantly every time he touched his body. And you look at every punch after that Dubois was throwing. And you tell me those were low blows. No, he don't like getting hit to the body. Tim Bradley said at the very beginning of the fight, and if you've been watching Usyk fight, you know, just like when I was saying, AJ got to take it to him. Break him down to the body as well, man. Stop, you know, you gotta take it to Usyk. You gotta make Usyk uncomfortable. But we know AJ gas tank is not better than Usyk. So it was like, well, no, he has to be able to stay behind that jab, but jab to the body as well. Throw it straight to the body. But, you know, he go to his right, you go to your left. He go to his left, you go to your right. Give him angles as well. Don't be right there in front of him, but keep that jab in his face. If you back up, jab. If you're coming forward, jab. You know, things like that. But, you know, take it to his body. It's not like it's going to be an easy task like Usyk is some cakewalk. No. But what I'm saying, that's how you slow him down. Because Usyk is going to move. He's moving his head. He's constantly popping his jab out. He's just putting his hand out, just, you know, throw you off and have to make you reset, make you not sure about what punch, you know, if you can get the punch off in time. You know, he parries his shots and he comes in like he would. Look at what he was doing. You know, people usually throw a jab, then a sweep hook, right? He was throwing a sweep hook first, then the jab. In fact, the punch he dropped him with, I think, was a jab, his right jab in the 9th round. Wasn't even the hardest. Like these punches, it was an accumulation. Like I said, these guys, you think they can't hurt you. Next thing you know, those punches start adding up, and all of a sudden your punch resistance isn't the same. Now you're looking up trying to figure out what happened. That's what we saw happen. Okay, but Dubois did the best that he could actually do. Okay, he had what he had. His lack of experience, like I said, if your physical strength don't come in, the things that you do have working for you fail you, and you're one-dimensional, what else do you have? And that's part of Usyk's experience. Yeah, it was some sucker shit, but he played the ref and did what he had to do. You understand? Yeah, he pretended that he got hit low. He didn't pretend he was hurt. He pretended he got hit low. Okay, and he took full advantage of that. Problem with Dubois is when Usyk got up, Dubois couldn't finish the show. He tried to walk him down and come after him, but he couldn't finish the show. And he was emptying his tank with landing, you know, unsuccessfully. A lot of moving, just throwing hard punches, but not trying to really set anything up. Not working off of his jab. He throws one punch at a time. No real combinations. And he wasn't consistent at anything. And actually, if you watch, even from the first round, it's like he's coming in, but Usyk was walking him down. So, you know, Usyk didn't run. Usyk wasn't scared to let his hands go. He was punching on the inside with him. You know, he was controlling the range. He was controlling the distance. You know, and the only thing that Dubois was, listen, Dubois, okay, let me put it to y'all like this. Rounds 1, 2, and 3, I do remember saying I scored those for Usyk. Round 4, it was close, and I'm like, Dubois might have got that one. 5th round, Dubois was doing good. And that was a close round, and then he drops Usyk, but they don't score the knockdown. They call it a low blow. So it's like, I don't know. Then Usyk gets up, Dubois starts walking him down, but he starts walking Dubois down. So it's like, okay, that was a close one. I don't know who won that round. Right? Looking at at what happened. Round 6 and 7, Dubois was trying to hang in there, but you could see Usyk was starting to wear him out. And I mean mentally as well. Okay? He was doing good, and the round that he got knocked down in, he got knocked down. I mean, it was just like he had spurts where he was landing some shots because, where he wasn't doing much anything. Then he started, timing Usyk when Usyk would come in. But it was just one punch at a time. One punch at a time. Usyk could see that he was slowing down. When Dubois lost to Joe Joyce, he said when he got hit in his eye, it just felt different. Like he knew something was really wrong. And he was right. Okay, save your eye, man. I'm not going to reiterate, like go back on what I said and change it. I'm like, nah, I'm not going to fault him for that. Okay, saving his eye? No. Now, at the same time, it just shows you, though, that he has quit in him. Because he didn't okay, let me fight smarter. No. He just took that knee. That was it. One thing that fighters overlook, and the fans of these fighters, that if you quit once, you'll do it again. You'll do it again. And it doesn't have to be because your orbital bone is broken, you have a detached retina. It could just simply be you're just getting outfought. And when that mental fatigue kicks in, and you can't think of anything else, you can't figure anything else out, you can't switch up your styles, you can't give different looks, it's either you're going to go all out and leave it in the ring, or you're going to wind up getting knocked out or TKO'd. But either way, it's not going to go your way. Watching what happened, you could see his confidence slipping away. Okay, and like I said in the previous video, that punch woke Usyk's ass up because he got on the ball. And like I said, it wasn't about, I'm just trying to outbox him. I'm trying to do both. I'm outboxing him, but I'm trying to knock him out. And Usyk never, stopped after that. Where Dubois never turned up after that. Go back to Mike Tyson versus Buster Douglas. He drops Buster Douglas. And it was a long count. Oh, it was this. Okay, you say all that, but here's the thing. The fight is not over till it's over. It's not about he had to win twice. No, it's not what it's about. That's not what it's about. What it's about is, now that this guy's back on his feet, I just dropped him. I need to get him out of here. Next round comes out, same thing. Buster's back on point now. It's what I'm saying. You became complacent with what you were doing. You could not produce, or you couldn't produce more. You could only give what you were given. At the end of the day, you can't blame the opponent, because the same way that he got up, he could have stayed down. The same way he got up and finished him off, he could have got up and got, timid, laid back, and all of a sudden, damn, he dropped me. Let me be more careful. Deontay Wilder dropping Tyson Fury. Oh, but he did this, he did that. In fact, even like the first knockdown, you know what people don't point out? In that first fight, that first knockdown, Deontay clearly hit Tyson Fury in the back of the head. The ref didn't call that a rabbit punch. Oh, because he was ducking. Okay, ducking low, and it still was a rabbit punch. You slip a punch, okay, and he's tall. So, yeah, he's coming underneath, and he dips to the side, and Wilder caught him in top of the head. Terrence Crawford was catching Errol Spence with several shots in the back of the head. And yeah, Errol was moving and he would duck down like he was turning his head away. So when he would counter, Terrence Crawford would counter, he's hitting him in the back of the head. Okay, well, some referees, different referee might have been, hey, man, come on, man, you hit him in the back of the head, right? Some referees would say, hey, man, like say if Errol Spence's protest is like, man, you keep ducking your head down. You can't hit a person in the back of the head because they're rolling and slipping punches. When a person try to move out the way and kind of like stay in that duck down position, and they're turning their head, well, it's like you're trying to avoid a punch, but you're trying to do it really not the way you're supposed to be doing it, okay? You're not slipping, punching, blocking, whatever. It's just turning your head and ducking down. That is different from rolling under a punch and, turn away, whatever, and then get, bottom line, in the back of the head. This is, again, the referee's discretion, right? What just happened with, what was the guy's name? The old guy that fought against Rolly Romero. I mean, this guy stops the fight. Tony Weeks stops the fight. And Rolly wasn't even landing punches. Okay? Richard Steele stops the fight between Chavez and Meldrick Taylor with 5 seconds left on the clock. You understand what I mean? It's like, and he goes, nah, he wasn't responding. But he can hear, look, yeah, you saw me folks on the ref. Meldrick is trying to listen to his corner. They're yelling instructions to them. And you understand what I'm saying? Okay. Floyd Mayweather gets hit by a headbutt, okay, from Victor Ortiz. Clearly, he headbutts him in the mouth, splits his lip open. And, they're basically, getting ready to square up again. Joe Cortez, and backs up, right? And like a dumbass, Victor Ortiz is standing there focusing on his corner. His corner's yelling something to Ortiz, to the referee, and Ortiz is standing there, and when he walks, he sees Floyd coming in. Floyd is, and he's walking over like he want to hug him. He stands there, and Floyd lit his ass up. That was payback. That wasn't illegal. That was protect yourself at all times. The referee already, okay, and basically, had the ref not did that and was incompetent in doing his job, what you think could have happened? That's a decision that could have been overturned and called a no contest. Why? Because if the referee never said time, never signaled for the two fighters to come in, that's an actual case. And out of everything I just said, that's the only thing that would have been an actual case that they can prove right there on video that the referee never acknowledged that, okay, and then stepped out. You understand? Now, the same way people are saying, well, if the referee saw it as low, then it's low. Well, stop saying, oh, the referee cheated for Floyd. That's bullshit. He didn't cheat for Floyd. And at the end of the day, Joe Cortez went, and Joe Cortez admits and tells you, hey, he's at time, and these guys basically were supposed to be fighting. What was Ortiz's corner telling him? Oh, man, why'd you look away, man? They know that Floyd didn't do anything wrong. But they're saying morally, okay, not legally, morally, oh, he shouldn't have did. No, fuck that. Morally, Victor Ortiz should not have headbutted him in the fucking mouth. Okay, so that would have never happened if Victor Ortiz doesn't headbutt Floyd in the mouth. That whole moment never happens. Simple. Okay, so I'm just giving examples because, to say a referee's discretion, but something like that shouldn't be. Okay, you yield at a yellow light, stop at red, go on green. You think a cop see you just decide you're going to go through, it depends on the cop. On that situation, no. Those are rules, regulations. That's protocol. So you can't allow a fighter to land shots on one fighter to the body, same type of punches, and then all of a sudden for one fighter, because it's a different referee, oh, that referee is more strict than me, or he's different from me, I'm more lenient than that referee, or whatever. That has to stop. So I'm not trying to be neutral. There's no, well, it depends on how you look at it. No. Even based on Team Usyk's, their plea, then their plea basically makes it even more clear that Dubois' punch was legal because you could not see Usyk's belly button. Okay, you couldn't see it because his belt line was covering it, which means those trunks were a little high. That's why I posted 2 pictures now in the community section. And if you can see what I'm looking at right now, it's basically the same thing. But me looking at this it's crystal fucking clear. In fact, here's the thing. When you see Dubois' fist, his glove up to his gut, if you look, Usyk's glove, his right glove overlaps his arm, Dubois' arm, and is past his arm. So his arm is closer to his fucking nuts than Dubois' hand is. Okay, you got to pay attention to shit. This is not about who you like or who you don't like. So all these people talking about, oh, it was illegal, the referee said it, and blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, y'all the same fucking ones that was crying like some little bitches when the judges saw that, that Devin Haney won the fight against Lomachenko. Now, I bet you nobody's going to go start a fucking a Justice for Dubois channel now, right? Nah, it was legal. It was illegal. He hit him low. No, he did not hit him low. And it's like I said, man, if your nuts is connected to your waist, something's wrong with you. That was not a nut shot. It was right here, man. Like, it's like, no, he got hurt by a body shot and he couldn't have continued. So even to say, well, if the ref would have started counting, Usyk would have got up. You don't know that. You don't know that. Okay? And so if he would have got up, that means he was faking. Because even if it was, I'm going to try to get up, the way he went the fuck down, nah, he wasn't getting up. Usyk couldn't even, he went down forward, laid on his side, rolled back, and like pushed himself into the corner and was okay. But you didn't see him grabbing his shit. You didn't see, that's just a manly instant. When you get hit in the nuts, it's a different. Listen, that shit goes up. It's a pain where it's like you almost see electricity or some shit when you get hit hard enough in your nuts, man. And you grab them motherfuckers. That's the first thing you do. You hunch over, you grab them. You not just sitting there like, oh. That's what happens when you get hit to the body. Okay, even when you get hit to the body hard enough. Ask Oscar De La Hoya. It was my liver. Yeah, ask Oscar De La Hoya. Okay, but these are punches that land frequently. We seen Jermell Charlo drop somebody with a fucking jab to the body on the belt line. So you go back and look at different fights and you see all of these shots have been happening, and you see fights where the punch was lower than what Dubois is. And the fighter didn't protest. The referee didn't call it low. So how do you hit somebody on the belt line and part of your glove is even higher than the belt line and you can't see the belly button of the fighter? So to say anything below the belt, right? Okay. But according to Usyk, okay, my belly button, right? This is where the ref said this is where this is legal, right? Now like I said, his day-to-day shorts was around his waist, but the trunks was up here. Okay, so in other words, this is my point. If he would have hit him right in the middle, part of his glove would have been on his belly button. That's my point, what I'm saying. So you tell me, how the fuck do you hit somebody in the belly button and the fucking balls? You have one short fucking pelvis, bro. Like, you understand what I'm saying? As much as we like and respect Usyk as a fighter, the dude is fucking lying. You got people talking about every fighter's using steroids. Every fighter's okay. Then you can't think Usyk is innocent is what you're trying to make him now when you're all saying all fighters are taking steroids. Okay? So it's like all of a sudden, look, I give credit where it's due, and I will speak up for what I feel is right. But I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. I like Usyk as a fighter. You heard me say he's the best heavyweight in boxing right now. That doesn't mean I'm going to sit back and make excuses for him or anybody else. I know what I saw, and I know that is not a low blow. I mean, there's a lot, man. I mean, one of the things I was noticing too is like the commentators kept, talking about how wet the ring was, how you could hear the fighters' shoes squeaking on the floor, and all that shit also is dangerous, especially to people that move, because there's times where, like, you're moving, you got to be mindful of where you step on the floor. Like, some spots are wetter than others, things like that, where, now it's not the same movement. You don't trust that your leg might slip from under you, stuff like that. But they both had to deal with that. So something like that, you see, I'm not making such a big deal out of it because it's like, well, I mean, they both were in the same situation. They both had to deal with that shit. Okay, but that was unprofessional. They should have had that ring protected and the fighters protected where that ring wasn't wet at all. Not at all. Okay, AEW has an event right now going on in Wembley Stadium, over 80,000 people. And they got this thing where it's way past the ring. So if it does rain, it's not coming into the ring. All right. And you can't fucking tell me they couldn't have did the same shit. All right, like the fighters shouldn't have to worry and deal with that. But that's all important. It's not that it's not important, because it definitely is. That's why I'm bringing it up. But I'm saying they both had to deal with those situations. But they was trying to discourage Dubois from going to the body and all that protesting. Every time he throw a body shot afterwards, he constantly stopping and, trying to get the ref attention. Like, hey, yeah, but you cannot blame the referee. The referee's supposed to know his job, right? You fight. Example, right? Mike Tyson bit fucking Holyfield's ear, right? Mills Lane took that point. And remember, he's telling the man he keeps headbutting me. And Mills Lane looked at Mike Tyson and said, bullshit. You understand me? Bullshit. How many times have we seen Mike Tyson hit somebody low? Headbutt somebody, shouldered him. How many times have we seen Mike do that shit? Right? But he's doing this. No. And he ends up biting the man's ear. Not once, but twice. Now imagine a referee not disqualifying Mike and people going, well, it's due to the referee's discretion. Well, that's different. No. It's due to the referee's discretion. No. What referee do you think would allow that to go on? So my point, something like this, no. If that's considered low, nobody should be throwing it. And in fact, if that was considered low, fighters would stop throwing body shots. Because that's not low. And if you can't see the man's belly button, yet you're saying he told you right here, anything below this is okay, but you couldn't see your belly button. Like I said, even when he was on the floor, watch the fight again. So I'm bringing these things up because these things were happening. So people saying Don Charles and them keep bitching and crying. Well, look, Usyk's team is accusing Dubois of hitting him low, purposely hitting him low. He trained to hit him low. He said he'll do anything to win the fight. And he was talking about that as well. And see, this is so they're making all these accusations. Look, there will be no rematch. Remember Anthony Joshua had the meltdown? Wasn't it against Usyk? And everybody has something to say about it. Like he's not human and he can't get to a point where he just, shit happens, right? Remember when Tyson Fury was talking that shit? Because Anthony Joshua was saying, man, I'm not the holdup. I mean, we're ready. When they were supposed to fight the first time and Fury lied with all that bullshit and then talk about, tell him we can fight, street fight, bare knuckle. Didn't he say that? Didn't he say that? Bare knuckle. We can fight this weekend, right? And all that bullshit. Nobody cares about all that nonsense. Sign the goddamn contract so you can fight in the ring like you're supposed to. And both times, when Tyson Fury pulled that shit, people was getting at him. Of course, the Fury minions is going to back up anything he says. But fight fans in general and just people in general was talking about how unprofessional and just how ignorant that shit was. But then you always got those trying to play neutral too. But people was basically like turned off by that shit. They brought up the meltdown that AJ had. Okay. Basically, because Daniel Dubois said he felt cheated, that he got cheated, he should be champion. And then Usyk says, we tell him we can fight right now. We can fight tomorrow. We can fight now. No glove, bare knuckle. We can fight. No kicking in this just box, but we can fight now. What does that have to do with anything? You're going to put your belts on the line? That's going to be sanctioned? What did that have to do with what Daniel Dubois said? He felt no, he was robbed. He should be champion. And that warrants him to lose his cool to say he wants to fight. And knowing damn well Dubois wasn't in the building. They talked to Dubois and them. Look, see, all of these things that people bring up to try to point out, to try to make one look bad, is just to take away from what actually happened. Okay? That punch is legal. I don't give a shit about everybody else trying to play neutral and trying to, well, it could have, it depends on how you look. No. Depending on how you looking at it is what I brought up earlier. It doesn't change where the punch landed. It's simple. The point what I'm saying is, you saying the referee told you anything below here is illegal. Your trunks was pulled past that point. That's what Usyk is not understanding about his own words. and you, okay, have two good eyes, can see, you could not see this man's belly button. And his trunks was actually, you gotta remember, he got the belt on too, the cup with the belt strap. Okay, so all that shit, look, that waist project, that shit is up here. Okay? You can see it looked like it's black coming out at the top of the trunks, like right above, but you can see his trunks is up to like his stomach muscles. So you can't see his belly button. And where that punch landed, that's my point. It's not low. So again, they're not going to overturn that decision. Okay, but me making this video is just to point these things out, because there was stuff going on that people wasn't talking about. And like I said, I like Usyk and I like Dubois as fighters. And I feel like Usyk is the best heavyweight out there. But I'm not going to sit here and play that, it depends on how you look at it. Oh, well, I mean, it was borderline. No, fuck that. That was a legal punch. It's as simple as that. But at the same time, Dubois didn't close the show. He couldn't close the show. He couldn't. And basically, I also feel like Dubois was underestimating, Usyk's ability to hurt him. Usyk was hitting him with that jab all night long, man. I mean, he was hitting him with that jab at will. And the fact of the matter is, when you get hit, and it's like, okay, it's not the hardest punch I felt, but it's keeping me from coming in like I'm supposed to. And he doesn't have the boxing IQ. He doesn't have the know-how. Like I said, he doesn't know how to transition where he has to go from offense to defense or from defense to offense. He just doesn't know how to do that. He gets inside and it's just one big bomb. And he stands there and he's there to be hit. So it doesn't matter if Usyk can't match punching power with him. It's his skills. It's everything he combines together. So the fight didn't end in the 5th round. Means when he gets back up, you know that you have a job to do. So, it is what it is. Okay, but you can't sit back and fall apart in the fight and, oh man, they should have scored. Yeah, I agree. That fucking knockdown, he was done. That ref could have counted the fucking 50s. Usyk wasn't getting up. And for y'all that never boxed before, for you that never been hit like that, you don't know what it feels like, so you don't know what you're talking about. You just talking. You're just talking words. But when you in a situation and you know what it takes to get up, you know what it takes to go over, it's not as easy as y'all making it sound. And that's my point. If he was okay, right, to get up, that means he was pretending. And he was milking for time. Because if he could have gotten up, this is my point, that means he was acting. Because if he would have made it to his feet and he wasn't acting, guess what? He wouldn't have been able to defend himself properly. So at the end of the day, when you see that punch land and you see the impact, his facial expression and how he go down, and I see where he placed that punch, no, that was a gut shot. It was right there in the body, man. So he got partially here. This is what I'm saying. He got here. Part of that glove is on his ab. This is what I'm saying. And he went down. He didn't see the punch coming. He got rocked. He couldn't continue, man. So I'm telling you, that dude wasn't pretending on that floor. He was pretending he got hit in the balls. Like I said, he wasn't pretending to be hurt. Watching that shit, nah, he was pretending that he got hit in the balls. That was his words. When Zab Judah did that shit, and they stand there looking at the replay, and you see, right in the balls, man, and the crowd is booing Zab. Because they know he didn't get hit in the balls. They know he didn't. It was the simple fact that the referee was showing favoritism to Usyk. Even when he brought them together. And he's talking to Dubois like he's a fucking kid. Look at me. No, look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me. Right? Right? Buy him more time. Look at me. Look at me. Tell him to keep it clean. Okay? And this was after that knockdown, and he brought them together. Remember when Luis Ortiz rocked Deontay Wilder? I think the 6th round or 7th round, whatever, or their first fight. And remember, the referee didn't throw in. He didn't wave it off because Deontay was getting hit and was getting hit with shots and was reeling all over the ring. And it was like 20 something probably unanswered punches, and Wilder was throwing nothing back. Okay, what if the ref would have waved that off? You know the excuse people was making when I said that? I mean, come on, man. This is for the WBC World Championship, though. So what? So fucking what? Unanswered punches. The referee's job is not to worry about that. The referee's job is they're concerned for the fighter's safety. That's what they're concerned about. It has nothing to do with, oh, this is a world championship fight, I gotta let them keep going. No. So the same way they're talking about the ref could have waved it off with Fury, and it was 2 different referees, but that's what I'm saying. That type of discretion is like, okay, it's controversial, man, because there's no rule that says if a fighter falls and their eyes roll back or whatever the fuck and all that, then you automatically stop it. So some referees may honor that and some may not. This is where I'm saying, like, in that sense, it's touchy, man. Why? Because look, let's compare Wilder to Fury when they both knocked each other down. Now, anytime Wilder dropped Fury, it was Fury just getting caught being careless. Okay? And he got caught. When Wilder goes down, Wilder's getting beat up, though. He's taking punishment. So when he goes down and fall like a sack of bricks, he's getting beat the fuck up before that. Fury wasn't. He just got caught and got dropped with some shit, So between the two, you take that and consider all of that, then yeah, one guy was taking a pounding. Face all busted up. The other guy, no, that's not what happened. So, you look at it and it's like, oh, how come he didn't give Wilder that same chance? Wilder was done. Wilder was fucking done. And even after the fight, look how long he laid on that damn floor. He was done. And he was getting beat up. Difference. I posted a short video I think last year, where it was a guy got dropped, man, and he got up and was falling all over the place. I mean, he did the stinky leg all the way to the rope, slid down, and the referee was still counting. He's giving him a count. And that guy was done. Okay? This situation was unfortunate. If Usyk is eager to say, well, we can fight right now, then just give him a rematch. Like, what was all that bullshit about? Just give him a rematch. And two, let me say this, okay? Like, we know what's going on over in the Ukraine. And hey, that's a lousy, sad situation. Things that when countries go to war and things like that happen. Usyk is always going to, like, when he say anything, my people, such and such, my people. The war in Ukraine, my people. Okay. His passion and compassion for his countrymen, okay, whatever. We know what's going on. But none of that has nothing to do with the two fighters in the ring. This is a sanctioned boxing match. This is what you do for a living. This is part of your career. This is what you do. None of that shit has nothing to do with the actual fight. So when he starts doing all that, that's what people start to get into. And it becomes, oh yeah, with the people in Ukraine going, okay, wait, I get all of that. And like I said, that's a sad and tragic situation. What does that have to do with him versus Dubois? What does that have to do with him versus any fighter? That has nothing to do with none of that, man. So, when people start bringing that, and then you read comments, considering what this great man has went through, he's greater than we even knew. He's like the new Muhammad Ali, blah, 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 all that, and this and this. This is a testament to how strong he is, because not only did he knock out Dubois, but look at what he has to endure. I'm sure it's on his, and it's like all of this shit you tying in to two guys that went in the ring and fought. Somebody won, somebody lost. This has nothing to do with the war. This has nothing to do with who you like and don't like. This has nothing to do with you just basically expressing your fanboyism. This is about the right thing and the wrong thing. So again, this is not a decision that's going to get overturned. But I think, like, as far as boxing goes, this is something that they need to make clear, and every referee has to follow this, using their discretion, that where no, this is low, this is not low. I mean, fuck. You know what? This is what I think would be a good idea for boxing too. If a fighter says he went low, right? And let's say, for example, the other fighter, they challenge it. You can put that shit up on a big screen. If you're in the area where they don't fight, a smaller venue, they don't have a big screen, they got monitors down there. They can fucking easily, they can run that shit back. And basically, it's like this. You called it a low blow. If the referee's discretion is that no, it wasn't low, then guess what? The fact that they paused the action for something that you lied about, that it never was low, they should deduct 2 points from you. If the person who did it is challenging it, and it turns out that no, it was low, they should deduct 2 points from that person then. You understand what I'm saying? Now, if the referee fucked up simply by, oh, I didn't see it, but I just went off that person's reaction, then guess what? Nobody gets penalized, right? But guess what? Let's say if that did happen, well, you can't penalize the fighters. You understand? You can't. But at the same time, it's like it gives an incentive for people to fight smarter, and it also it'll put some fear in them about making some shit up, because you have instant replay. You watch football, fucking guy catch the ball, the crowd going crazy. Come to find out, like, in the chat, and let's say the opposing team challenge. Nah, man. He was out of bounds when he caught the ball. What happens? They charge that timeout, right? Guess what? But they find out, they look at the instant replay. Nah, he was in bounds, and they show it. So, bottom line, you lose that timeout. Plain and simple. Plain and simple, right? You challenged it. So it has to be something, and it should be different, where people are not, gonna pretend they got hit. Like, I don't want to hear that. Oh, when you get hit in the body, sometimes you think you got hit in the balls. No, you it ain't no you thought you got hit in the balls. You know the difference. As a man, shit, you could be in there showering. You know what I mean? You getting your scrubbing and shit and all that, and sometimes you and then accidentally hit them damn balls too hard, and oh. Right? Okay. And that's what I'm saying. Just from that, shit. Automatically. You know how that goes. For y'all that bathe. But just saying, that's just the way it goes. This right here was just basically a bad judgment call by the referee. And it didn't look good. The fact that, like I said, man, he's telling Usyk to take the 5 minutes. He's literally telling him to take the time, and Usyk is telling him he's ready. So it went the way it went, and this is not a rant. I don't do rants. I reverse them, but this is not about a rant. I'm bringing out the things that happened, and things that people overlooked that actually happened in that fight, and I'm got both of the shots right here, man. I put both of them up in the community section, for y'all who want to see that shit and look. You can see both sides. That's not a low blow, and I'm not trying to hit it. It's borderline low. No. Fuck that. You say you got hit in your balls, and those punches, those that you clearly see, no, you did not get hit in your damn testicles, bro. Your balls are not touched. You got punched in your fucking your ab/gut. That was a legal body shot, and I don't care what no one says. Y'all can debate with yourselves about that shit. That was a legal punch. Now, as far as Dubois go, like I said, he didn't finish the job, and Usyk did. So Usyk got it done. Usyk played the referee. Yeah, he played that motherfucker. Usyk can get an Oscar for that shit. He played the referee. The referee Let me tell you something. The referee, again, it's the referee's discretion. Okay, not the influence of the fighter. The referee's in there watching. He's supposed to be the overseer to see what's going on. So what the fuck is the fighter telling the referee that the referee doesn't know? The ref should see that shit. Now, a punch can come at a time when you're in a certain angle, you don't see the punch land. Like I said, that's what I was trying to see. Where was the ref? Was he able to see that? But he just assumed that it was a low blow, and it wasn't. Well, that's how he called it, and that's just what it is. Now, I want to say this too. I remember when Oscar De La Hoya fought Felix Stern. Anybody saw that fight that tried to lie and say Oscar won? Yeah, all right, y'all smoking something. Oscar lost that fight. And Oscar was even saying, I know I can do better. I know that Oscar knew he lost that fight. But they was trying to set up Oscar De La Hoya versus Bernard Hopkins. So, I mean, everybody in that audience knew that Oscar lost that fight. He knew he lost it. Even at the end of the fight, you could see his face. Like he was really disappointed. He even said he was disappointed in his performance. He didn't win that fight. He definitely didn't win that fight. But the referees gave it to him. Here's a situation where we know they still want to try to make Fury versus Usyk. We talk about corruption in boxing, and I talk about all aspects of it. I mean, there's no such thing as for you to have any type of business and you have lots of people there and everybody's just a good person. Everybody's honest. It doesn't work that way. Life is not designed that way, unfortunately. You just have far many rotten people than you do good people. But in all honesty, if a fight is, unless you just knock a person out cold, that's just, it is what it is. But, they still want to make that. So people want to make accusations, feel like, hey, they just trying to set up. They still want Usyk versus Fury. Yeah, they do. They do. And it's like, I can't hide or camouflage everything, but I can help you on certain things. You just got to stay on your feet. If the referee does the right thing and make the right call, then right now, Daniel Dubois would be unified champion. Rematch clause? Right? Rematch clause? Do you think that, truthfully, Frank Warren personally would rather have Tyson Fury as unified champion or Dubois? They're both his guys. But who do you think that he would rather have as unified champion? It was no need for him to bring up Tyson Fury's name about anything. It wasn't about Fury. It was about Usyk and Dubois. But you see how Warren started making excuses for Dubois, right? He's a novice at this level as far as fighting experience, guys. This is the best fight he ever fought. Then all of a sudden he starts building Usyk up, talking about how great Usyk is, which is what they do. So in other words, but he lost to one of the best heavyweights out there, right? But he was claiming Usyk was going to knock him out, and also that Usyk versus Ngannou was a bigger fight. And it's like, wow, you shooting down the man that your fight is about to fight. And Dubois, to his credit, man, look, he tried. But, Derek Chisora said he was fighting like, but it was just like, yeah, man, you gotta close the show, man. He was fighting, even though he was more aggressive than Anthony Joshua was against Usyk, he was fighting very cautiously, man. And it's like, you're not going to outbox him, bro. You have to go in there and be that bulldozer. And if you can't go in there and fight that kind of style to make him uncomfortable, you can't match hand speed with him. You're stronger than he is, a little bit bigger, because he lost a lot of weight. He lost some weight to come down to try to be quicker for this fight. But you're not smarter. You don't have a better ring IQ. You just don't have a skill set, man. And so, this is the type of shit that happens. Now, I don't really want to have to talk about this shit again, but what I encourage y'all to do, watch the fight again. Then go watch Jared Anderson's fight. Go right here on YouTube and type in a search like, all body shots compilation or something like that. Or all KO body shots or something. Just type some shit in and just watch. And I guarantee you, watching the different montages, and you watch, you'll see, hell yeah, you add punches that was lower than what his punch was by far, and it wasn't considered low. And there was no protest from the guy that got hit by the fighter or the corner. You understand? It's no different. Look, you got to, and also understand the way people work. I told you guys, I said, when Alicia Baumgartner, when it came out that she failed her test, I said, just watch how now people start coming out the woodwork. Everybody's wondering, oh, she probably cheated when she beat me, or that explains why she beat me. They're going to jump on social media, and now all of a sudden, oh, she was cheating all the time. And now, yeah, it always is that way. These people are trying to redeem themselves, get back in the ring, try to get a win with whoever, right? Well, one thing about Alicia Baumgartner, her response to Leonardo Chu was, I never had a problem with power. You know, she's like she said, you think that I cheated? We can run it back. Simple. And I'll beat you again. Now, this is the type of response that should have came from Usyk. He know Fury's not on the table. You already fought AJ twice. And, you know, looking at AJ and, you know, this boxing approach first, he's not a better boxer than Usyk. So if they fought again, he's going to beat AJ again. Unless AJ can just land that shot that he needs and get him out of there. Otherwise, it's just the same thing all over again. And outside of, I mean, Wilder supposedly him and AJ, right? So, I mean, who would Usyk fight for namesake? Who, Andy Ruiz? Who won 2 title eliminators just to get overlooked? Again, another area where boxing needs fixing. And like I said, I told you guys before, these people fight title eliminators and then nothing happens. Because basically, especially when the guy that they wanted to win end up losing. But they can't come out and say that. They don't come out and admit the truth about that. But these are the things that people do. They want to try to piggyback off of something to try to, you know, make themselves look good. You know, and in this situation where Daniel Dubois has every reason in the world to be upset about this shit. And then, look, Usyk is telling him he'll be fine. It's not a bad thing. You'll be okay. You're young. This is what he was telling him. That's what he was telling him. Why are you telling him that? Why? What made you tell him that, right? Because you know why? I don't know what Dubois have said to him. If anything, he knows that wasn't a low blow. It's like a subconscious thing, the eye contact, and he knows. He knows Dubois, no, man, I didn't hit you on your damn balls. I hit you to the body. And you're pretending. And he was telling him he'll be fine. It's not bad. Everything, you know, you're young. So, I mean, all right, is anybody considering that shit? Or is it just, no, let's make excuses for Usyk? It wasn't a low blow. It wasn't a low blow. So I'm trying to get everything out because, like I said, I don't want to really have to get into this too much. And if I do, a lot more brief, but I wanted to get all this stuff out here for this video because truth be told, man, if you're going to allow those shots, that same shot is going to be allowed in other fights and it's not seen as illegal, but then all of a sudden, depending on the referee, a legal shot becomes illegal, even though you're hitting the guy in roughly the same area. I mean, if it was low, I'd say, no, that's just low. And that's what I'm saying. I've seen low blow. I know what low blows are. That's not a low blow. Okay, simple. Look, you guys are not stupid. Okay. Now, let's say, for example, right? Let's look at this. You can see my hand, right? Now, okay, let me put it this way. Now, this first line up here, Tai Chang. They make the best food, man. Now, let's say, for example, this line right here. It's told anything above this line, okay, is illegal. But this right here is Usyk's belly button. But his trunks are up here. Now you can't see his belly button. He gets hit where, boom, the top of the glove is over. You see this finger right here? That's how he got punched. Now, if I move, look at where his belly button is. That's how he got punched. Okay? So my bottom finger, let's say that's where his fucking balls are. Tell me how in the fuck is this a low blow? And those words are his belly button. So that's what we're looking at. Now look at where my hand is versus where my pinky is versus where those letters are. That's how he got fucking punched. That's how he got punched. Now, if my hand was here and I could see his belly button and now I'm here, now you see what is okay. That means even part of the glove. Because let's be real, your manhood is in front of your nuts. All right? At least mine are. But just saying, it's not right there to be hit, man. That's the point of what I'm saying. So all of that, it was borderline. No, that shit wasn't no goddamn borderline. That was a legal punch. And I'm going to say it one more time before I end the video. That was a legal punch. Usyk got hurt. He went down and would not have made the 10 count. He was done. That pain locked up on him. He wouldn't have. Now, if he makes the count, okay, if he makes the count, the referee, if he issues the count, Daniel Dubois is unified champion of the world. And then two, for all of y'all that's talking about it was borderline. Well, let's say for all the Usyk fans that's sitting up here crying about the shit because people are protesting it, right? For y'all that's trying to say, but it was borderline. It was, it's the referee's discretion. Would y'all be saying the same thing if the ref would have started making the count? Because it's but it's borderline. No, that shit was not no fucking borderline. That was a legal, clean body shot that hurt Usyk. Y'all wouldn't be saying the same thing. It's the same shit how people were saying, oh, well, Haney versus Loma Christ was so close it could have went either way. Well, if it could have went either way, why are you mad that Haney won? If it could have went either way, then you can't scream robbery. You can't say the wrong person won. If it could have went either way, then it could have went either way. Right? I describe that fight as the difference between Lomachenko's rounds that he won versus the rounds that Haney won was the rounds that Loma won were more decisive. Whereas the ones that Haney won, he was edging them out. Then you had people talking about Haney lost every round. Oh, Haney only won one round and all kinds of dumb shit. And it's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He only won 1 or 2 rounds. Some people say it was a complete shutout, like all this shit. Then you had a whole lot of people go and say, oh, after I rewatched the fight, man, I changed the way I feel different about the fight now. I don't feel different about it. I said what I said and I meant what I said. But all of the fanboy shit, and you see, I try to weed all of that fanboy shit out and just, you look at the facts. And you look at what was what. Y'all call that a robbery, but y'all don't call this a robbery. And the best y'all can come up with is it was borderline. It wasn't no fucking borderline, man. And that's why in the community section, I posted both pictures. Two pictures from both angles, inside and the outside angle, so you can clearly see where that punch landed. Like from both angles. There's no fucking, but you can't tell. But one thing that you can see is you can't see that man's belly button. You're all right. So the fact that you can't see his belly button, that means his trunks was up high. Because your waist is under your fucking belly button. Right? So they're not saying, oh, well, because look at where your belly button is. You understand what I'm saying? And that's to try to keep you from making mistakes to throw a low blow, to be as safe as possible. So if your trunks are pulled all the way up, when you put a belt on, how many of y'all pull your fucking pants up past your belly button? Like, how many people do you know do that? Pull my pants way up. Okay, so if you do that, I don't, but if you do that, and I don't sag either, Okay, but if you do that, the point what I'm saying, your waist is your waist. If you go get measured for a suit or pants or whatever, what do? They measure your waist. They don't measure your fucking belly button. They measure your waist. So of your trunks, for you, and you can see in the picture, it don't matter what side, his fucking trunks is up to his abs. So no, according to the referee's own instructions, then it definitely wasn't low. It's like if I stood here and dropped a quarter, right, in a particular spot right here, I could take this and cover it somewhere. And the most you can say is, oh, how do we know it landed in that spot? You won't know, right? Because it's covered. But if you move those things, oh, it's right in that same spot. Okay. So doesn't matter where I move, I could put this paper on that same spot this way. I could put it on there this way, right? But it can, as long as it's still on this paper, that means it's covering that spot somewhere. As long as that spot is not as wide. You understand what I mean? Either way. All right? And I'm just doing that because, somebody always leave comments and it's like, did you hear anything I said? And it's like, okay, don't make stupid comments, man. Like, yes. And listen, man, I like I said, it's not about a debate for me and nothing. But again, and let me say, after what happened with the low claim and him getting up, fact is, Dubois didn't finish the job. All right? He didn't finish the job. He couldn't finish the job. And at that point, it was like who wants it the most? And it was obviously Usyk. And Usyk dug down. And I told y'all, I said, Usyk is not scared to bang with you if you have to. I don't know where people getting Usyk fucked up, like talking about, oh, he just tap and run. No, he box and he doesn't get into unnecessary brawls. But he will mix it up with you when he has to. But he's gonna get in, get out his way. But he will stand. He will bang with you if you have to, and he showed you that. He showed you that. And the fact that he was able to take Daniel Dubois' punches even to the jaw, yeah, that shit had Daniel Dubois kind of, damn, man, this dude is better than I thought. So yeah, I mean, it's no cakewalk. The better man won. Simple. I'm gonna say it like that. But yeah, like I said, yeah, he played the ref. He pretended to be hurt. He lied about hitting the balls when the punch came nowhere near his fucking balls. True. But he did what he did. And not only did that veteran experience kicking and stylistically in the ring, but in here, knowing what to do, knowing how to play the ref. One of the smartest things I've seen the fighter do too. Remember when Roy Jones fought against John Ruiz? You remember every time they would break, what did Roy do? It wasn't nothing illegal, but it was smart. What did he do? He walked behind the referee. Buy more time. And the referee turned around and went, right? He did that shit every time. He walked behind the referee and then walk a distance. So now John Ruiz got to catch up. And John Ruiz never caught on to that shit. Yeah, right? John Ruiz kept following around the ring and basically Roy got in his head. It was an easy night. So, all right? Just saying. Bernard Hopkins is the master of, y'all in close. Y'all engage. Y'all getting the tie up. He see the ref is over there. Bernard take the hand and slap you in the side of your head, slap you in the ribs, slap you in the side of the head. Then when you hit him, right? And then what happens? The referee is warning the guy for hitting his opponent for hitting him because he didn't realize Bernard slapping him in the fucking head and shit, right? Okay, that's where your corner got to say, hey, ref, man. Okay, he's throwing punches from your blind side. You can't see what he's doing. He's throwing punches on the clinch, man, all right? While they're in the clinch, he's hitting. And Bernard will grab your arm in a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. So these are things that veterans do, and you need a corner that's put, hey, listen, you know what he's doing? Don't be crying to the fucking referee. He headbutts you, you headbutt him. He holding hit, you holding hit. Let me worry about the ref, but you go in there and fight fire with fire. All that crying and whining to the ref ain't going to change nothing. So Usyk was trying to play the victim and kept fucking with the referee, pointing the referee fed into that shit. That's just the way it went, bro. But anyway, I said all I need to say about this shit. Talk to me in the comment section. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people, and I will catch y'all on the next video.